Welcome to our first permadeath character. After a long time spent with Adeline, our main character, following the Mages Guild, we decided it was time to try a challenge. Permadeath. Well, here we are. Hello, hello, hello. But first, we need to decide our race.
Palpatine's here. Just real quick. Might be back later. I vote Dunmer. Destruction, fire resistance, and daily minion, aka the body shield.
So with that taken into consideration, the loss of using a Breton with its magical resistance, we felt fire resistance would be very helpful with a permadeath character.
We can go male, just so that the character looks even more distinctive from my current character, who, for anybody who hasn't been around, female Breton, white hair. Very distinct look. Windswept. Ooh, the windswept hair.
I always prefer to start with the hairstyle because it gives you an idea of what your character is going to look like and the type of aesthetic you're going for. Of course, this was now where I was going to be put to the test.
So what we're doing
Can I
is
really
we're
make a good-looking character a second
and
time?
It's permadeath. We can save it, but only at the end of... I mean, there's autosaves and stuff. And I'm not necessarily against reloading if there's a decision made that we do not entirely appreciate. I'm not against that. As soon as the character dies, however, the character is deleted. The character is gone. Completely gone. Difficult because I am terrified of spending a lot of time on this guy and having him die. It hurts my heart. So we are going to save it at the end of stream, and each stream we're just going to revisit him so long as he's still alive, which, you know, may not be the case. Ah, Kamenga, what do you got? I haven't thought of any names.
We finally have our general look down, but next we had to come up with a name.
Casvyn. Okay, first of all, total vibe. Feeling it. Casvyn. I think that's a cool name. That's a pretty cool name.
Valen Dreth is a prisoner across the way who tends to be very nasty to us in the beginning of the game, but I was curious what he would say to a fellow Dunmer. I mean, just look at this handsome guy.
Kinsman, I haven't seen another Dunmer in here and I don't know how long. Where you from,
kinsman.
Huh? Vardenfell? You got a wife back home?
Ooh.
Tell you what, I'm getting out of here in a couple of weeks. When I get back to Morrowind, I'll look her up. She must be so lonely. Don't you worry, eh? I'll take care of her long after you're dead. Oh, that's right. You're going to die in here.
Although he starts off very friendly, he gets nasty pretty quickly, and we start considering how early we should join the Dark Brotherhood.
Not in the best place to do. That's a good point. Oh no, I've been doing my character's voice, which is basically just my voice. I need to work on the Dunmer voice.
Since we haven't decided yet what the combat focus of this character will be, we get to take a look at the Ancestral Gardener, aka the minion that we have, aka our minion body shield, who ends up being very helpful. Ooh, alchemy will prove to be a staple going forward. Now, of course, for an important decision, our star sign.
Sparks, each afire, and every one a sign. I know these stars well, and I wonder which
Being
sign
permadeath,
marked
my
your
first
birth.
concern was our starting health, so we decided to go with endurance and willpower for our magic. Making the character is kind of the best part of the game, so like, I mean, I do that even if I'm not playing. You know, even when I'm playing normally, I just redo characters over and over and over again. So Oblivion addicts be like, bro, just 5 more minutes of the character creator. Hey, that's uncomfortably accurate. I swear. But mom, it didn't even start. I just made the character. Look, you can see right here. See, I didn't even play. They got my nose wrong. Imperial magic hybrids. I think it's excellent. But I do know. Oh, see, this is the problem. See, I'm starting to have faulty thinking here. I'm like, we need plus 50 points to Magicka so that when we get to the Arcane University, boy, we might not even be here that long. So maybe I shouldn't be thinking that way. Maybe I should start with what's more immediately helpful, which is having the endurance, because I need to stay alive. That's kind of the main focus. We need to do, yeah. We'll do. Aren't you afraid to die?
No trophies of
I
my
would be.
triumph,
I am.
but I have lived well.
We are going to be focusing on conjuration and destruction because, obviously, they're sick. I would say having whichever one is easier to level, which I think conjuration is, that should be a major skill. Destruction should be a minor skill, just so that we're not. I don't want to make it too hard to level up, and I want to be able to use both. Our next major decision was our class, because one of the tips to leveling conjuration and destruction is to conjure something destruction. So if they're both major skills, then I'm going to have to mix and match the leveling attributes to get +5s. I'm not going to be militant about this. I promise. I'm not going to go insane on you guys, but I am going to efficient level to some degree. We got to do custom class. Let's speed this up. So we're going to do magic. We are going to choose endurance, of course, and speed. It's just going to be the I think we are getting endurance and willpower from the lady, our sign, our star sign. Aw, man. My intent was never to explicitly underlevel, but just make it easier for our character to naturally find a good resting point. That is the weird thing about efficient leveling or underleveling. If you are going to abandon skills at some point, this was assuming that and you're like, I'm Blade and Blunt. These are my major skills, but actually they're only my major skills because I'm going to ditch them later. Hands. You do get a weird result. Yes, I want to be hands-on.
Really? I would never have guessed.
Really?
Still, I don't think
because efficient leveling is weird, bud. Look what I feel. When do I feel it's a good time to level up? We decided he was not perfect just the way it was, and it was time to move on from the sewers. Speed, agility, and endurance, because we need. Otherwise, I don't think we need to edit anything. I think we're perfect. I think we're good. Sorry, I just need to exit out of that and I need to save it. So we are doing saves. I told you only at the end of the stream. But I like having the save like right at the end of the sewers. It's nice to have it, but there's really no reason. This character is going to be deleted. It's going to be gone. So what's the point really? Why would we leave a little piece of our character behind? To us.
It's you. Hi.
Is that what my voice is supposed to sound like?
Ortholos. I'm a sneak. Advance.
I'm a sneak.
And I train sneaks.
I see what you're saying about the smoking. I better start now.
Ow!
The only goal is to just see how far we can take it before I die. There's no particular goal outside of like the fact that we have chosen destruction. Gonna be a little more mage focused. And conjuration, which is a big one. Hand-to-hand was chosen as well. We're gonna really be ignoring marksman, blade, and blunt. We are still working on armor purely for the endurance. I mean, as we know, it does lower magical efficacy, and I don't want to mess up anything we're gonna be doing later. So I'll probably use it up until I have, like, you know, 100 endurance, and then just go bathrobe style. One of the most helpful things starting off the game all over again was going to the areas around the Imperial City waterfront and even in the city itself to find barrels of free items. One thing we're looking for in particular is lockpicks. The primary thing we're looking for is repair hammers and alchemy ingredients, but also finding lockpicks and maybe a little gold here and there is very helpful. What's happening?
Goodbye.
Nothing you'd like to talk about. There's a repair hammer. There we go. Oh, yeah. There we go. These reset. A third one? Are you serious? Fourth one! Even throughout this run-through, you'll find us going back to the Imperial City several times to find more and more repair hammers as those containers regenerated. Now that we're actually using alchemy, we could just take all this stuff and know that we can. The Imperial City is also an excellent place to level up sneak, especially if you can sneak behind somebody that's talking. Especially if you could find two people talking and then you can get up your sneak very quickly. But now it was time to go out into the wild, venturing forth to practice some of our combat skills. Of course, occasionally we got startled by something a little more fearsome than a mud crab.
Oh! Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
But even along the roads, you'll find it's a
Appreciating
little
the fire
safer
resistance
as you
on
may
now.
come across Imperial
I am
guards
really letting
that
it get close.
allowed our permadeath run to be a little bit longer. Phew! Finally venturing into a cave, we were able to continue leveling our sneak and some of our selected combat skills. I really tried not to be too obsessive about the efficient leveling, but I mean, come on. I couldn't help myself.
Oh, shoot! Inefficient leveling jump scare! No! Okay, that's actually not good because that means we've been leveling other things. Not really happy about that.
Of course, it wasn't always perfect, and I did allow it to get to me just a little bit.
No! I don't know what you're talking about. I'm playing normally.
Conjuration ended up being a very fun skill to use. Not only was it helpful in very, very tight situations, but it was also a great way to level up other skills. An efficient leveling dream.
Bring on endurance. Yeah, at a
Of course,
certain
we
point,
kept
it
our
just
eyes
does
focused
make
on
more
endurance so
sense
we could
to
get our health up. But then we
scoot that
moved on
slide.
to alchemy.
Do I want to deal? I don't want to deal. I don't want to deal. Okay, come on.
This ended up being a whole lot of fun, and we actually started hunting for ingredients specifically so that we could make different leveled potions. We'll be able to sell these too. This will be so helpful. We needed ingredients
did
for
we
the
get it?
Restore
We
Magica
got flax
potion so
seeds.
that we
Oh,
could
they're the little
continue to
yellow
level our
flowers.
conjuration up quickly. But we realized that we were actually trying to get the ingredients for a master level potion, and we learned what
seriously
it
need
would
find some
take to
blackberries.
create
The
a novice
blackberry is a
level
little
potion,
sprig
namely
with
flax
tiny
seeds and
blackberries you
steel
can barely
blue
see, but it's
antilloma
just
mushrooms.
green leaves. South of Shadenhall?
We found a lot of flaxseed around Kvatch and Skingrad, and we were able to locate steel blue antilloma focused
Or
around the
They
city
got
of
stale
Coral.
after the first few times. I'd rather actually
We
play the
also
game.
found this
Yeah,
blackberry
that's the
farm
one
south of
negative with
Shadenhall,
exploits. It just-
and the blackberries
there's
can
a
be
few.
used for the
Okay,
higher
thank you.
level potion that we can use later. But for now,
Okay.
we were able to make a lot of fatigue potions
Now
with
that
them.
we can finally use our Wait, why can't you use the flax seeds? Man, I am literally just like alchemying new spaces in my inventory right now. I feel like we could level up and get away with it. Why can't I add grapes? Oh, there it is. Now you can add grapes. That our restore. This is important. We're creating. We will. I am.
Of course, all the bad
still
potions
alive.
we made were perfect for leveling up our mercantile and thus our personality.
Ah, I'm leveling up mercantile now. That's a whole nother. I'm not gonna overthink it. It's okay. Doesn't have to be perfect. You just need money. It's fine. Oh, but we can level up our sneak because we need to level up, don't we? Aren't we kind of like behind leveling up right now? We've gotten some hand to hand, and we need to get our sneak up a little bit, and then we can level up. It's not going to be perfect 555s. I'm letting that go now. I'm saying it out loud so that I can acknowledge my valid feelings and let them go. Let them blow away because it's fine. Not everything has to be 5550000 all the time. As soon as we could talk to this chick, we can get a bed here and level up.
Of course, we
important to
had
me.
to finish leveling our sneak and conjuration first. In lieu of having more Restore Magica potions, using the wait function was a perfect way to level this more quickly.
Okay, we're getting a lot closer to when she should be coming out. She usually just stands in the front reading at this desk right here.
This
I
was
wanna join the
also the
guild.
perfect
I wanna
time to
be
join the
wanted.
Mages Guild.
All right, then. You're now an associate of the Mages Guild.
She seems very bored about that.
Congratulations.
I had no idea. I haven't heard that recently. So we got the key. And now, broken little
You
thing
too.
right here. This is no longer stealing. Take.
This
The
gives
Real
us a
Baron's
place to
Eye
sleep
Book
for
2
free.
suggests
It
that
also
men
gives
are
us
able
better
to live for
prices
around
within the
1,000
Mages Guild,
years.
and items that would have otherwise been considered stolen
What?
are now things we can take and sell back to them. So a great way to
this
start
one
with a
says
new
elves
character.
live 2 to 3 times as long as humans. 200-year-old elf, 300-year-old elf is very old indeed. Okay, that makes maybe a little more sense. Maybe 300 years? On the high end?
Have a look at my wares. I'm sure there's something to suit you.
Of course, it was time to go back out and adventure and level our skills, and finally we became an apprentice at block. The truly skillful fighter learns to block with shield and weapon. Diligent practice has made you an apprentice at blocking. It no longer drains fatigue. Okay. Of course, this is where efficient leveling starts to create more unnatural interactions when we're just trying to get our skills up and not just trying to defeat enemies. Of course, Skelly ended up being an indispensable friend throughout this whole thing. And finally, we've made it all the way to level 6, and we're still kicking. +5, +5, +3! Aw, man! See, this is why you shouldn't efficient level. It's not worth it. Like you get too obsessive compulsive and everything takes way too long, and I keep getting +3s, and I'm really sad. Of course, this good-looking guy was completely unfazed. Look at me. Look at how handsome I look. Of course, once again, efficient leveling will take us to some goofy places. Kvetch is burning. The Prince of Destruction is invading Tamriel. Meanwhile, I'm hitting my head in the corner. That's how I deal with the stress of the situation. Take this amulet. I don't know what to do. This is too much responsibility. Just gonna start running into a wall because that's all I know how to do to handle it. I just don't know. I don't know what else to do. This is too much. I mean, look at him go. Now that's multitasking. Seems like I didn't miss much. What? Acro 35? I overleveled it. I overleveled it. I overleveled it. Man! Creed, you manifested that. That was mean. Why did you do that? I wasn't even paying attention. Apparently smacking your head works a little bit too well. Ah! No! I'm not mad. I'm not. I love how hardcore these guys look, how terrifying they look, and then they squeak. They squeak. It's like a chew toy. It's like I need a dog familiar. I need to be able to conjure a hound so they can have you for a squeaky toy. Come on. Feel the wrath of my fists. Finally, we had waited so long to do hand-to-hand, and finally we have a character doing it. Just knocking people out. It was really fun. Look, I knocked him right out. Boom, baby. Come on, buddy. Seriously, they heal way too fast. Okay, the other thing you need to know is press B to drop your weapon, sheath your weapon, drop your hands, whatever, because then you're actually going to run faster. East of the Yellow Road, south of the Panther River, on the same side of the road that leads to the Drunken Dragon Inn. Ah, we got this, buddy. This is why, like, efficient leveling, you really have to pair up good skills. If I get overwhelmed, I can, like, I'm not leveling Restoration right now, so I'm not going to use it. Not a normal way to play. And then if I do get overwhelmed, I'm going to conjure my Skelly, which I need to because this guy's pretty good. So it's like, it really does affect everything. Then we were pointed to the Haunted Mine, which is a great place to find goblins and rats, things that are relatively easy to fight against and not risking our lives too much. Just gotta see what's worth your time. Finally, it was time to go back to the Mages Guild so that we could level up once again. Wow, right on time. 555! We got it. Doesn't he look so handsome? Now, by this point, we were running low on money and it was starting to hurt, so I remembered that just outside the arena, there's the chest where they keep all the money that's gambled for the fights. Just wait to the end of the day when the guy leaves, make sure you're sneaking, and the chest is all yours. Not borrowing if you're not paying him back. There's no way I'm paying this back. No, thank you. 500 gold! It's earning through a different set of skills. Okay, so now for an equally ethical way of getting gold, joining the arena. This not only allows you to make some money, work on some combat skills, but also get some free armor and weapons if you need it.
Proudly. And keep it in good condition, would you? That way...
Out my eyes, good contrast. But now for the actual fighting, and I don't think I realized at the time how dangerous this was actually going to be.
Let's get this over with! Yeah!
Ah! Health is not working. Really hoping this Skelly was going to save the day here. Even this first fight got so close that we ended up needing our Ancestral Guardian. Honey. Whew, and he ended up saving the day.
croak you? And you can tell everyone.
We ended up going to Atar at the dividing line in Leowin to get some armorer training. This was primarily because we couldn't find any more repair hammers in the Imperial City, and we wanted to get that next level up.
A lot.
Oh, the money we just stole is gonna be gone!
Let's get to trick. I'm willing to teach. Be seeing you.
Oh, man. But yeah, we gotta go back to the arena with some, like... Oh! The speed +2 is because we accidentally leveled athletics once. Not a big deal. That, look at how beautiful that looks. That looks gorgeous. That is exactly
course,
what...
as we progressed through this run, we ended up with several close calls, but we kept going.
Oh, man, yeah. But nothing happened. Let's just go with that. Nothing happened. Everything is good. I hope y'all are having a fine day. Everything's... I don't have time for this, buddy. I gotta get back to the arena and become a star. I'm gonna be cheering my name in the stands. Can't you see it? Casvyn, Casvyn, Casvyn. And you're getting in the way of that, buddy. Back off. I'm a little nervous about doing this. Why am I saving it? We can't reload it anyways if I die. What am I doing? This is the second fight. Very early on night. I should have backed up for that one. Need more of that. Okay. What are we gonna do? See, this says restore health, but it's a feather potion. Not helpful.
Now this is where I started realizing how important those poisons were that we made. I can't tell you how many situations they saved me from.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Time to brace ourselves for another inefficient leveling jump scare because it's time to rest.
Before we get there, we need an efficient level. We need to see. Okay, I'm not gonna look. I'm not gonna look. What do you see? I'm not looking at it. Strength is +5. Strength is +5. Hey, Sam Bun. That's mean. That's mean. Oh, that's mean. I barely had looked up by the time your comment came in. Everything is -10. No! No! Ideal. Not
Now,
ideal.
I may have gotten in over my head and gotten way too close to the pirate's ship, but I finally got a fancy new sword. And an apprentice at hand-to-hand combat.
I'm almost dead, aren't I? The calluses cover your knuckles and joints from long hours of punching and kicking.
Now we finally got back to some heavy alchemy when all of a sudden I heard something. And made an incredible discovery.
There's a sheepy! Did I know sheep were a thing? I'm starting to think I didn't know that. Look! Oh, Ipod! It's fantastic.
Now it took me quite a long time to recover from that, but we were off to collect Nirnroot. Now one of the reasons was because we did want to start the Nirnroot questline, but we didn't want to go in empty-handed.
Yes, this is a genuine Nirnroot sample.
We got the questline started and followed it up with yet another 555 level up.
Oh, we did do it.
Of course, that meant moving on to more training, where we used Skelly as the object of our attacks. He was a pretty good sport about it, though, and was really fun to train with. We entered the arena together once again, and finally hit expert level conjuration.
Through steady practice, you've discovered more creatures to summon from the plains of oblivion. You are now an expert. Yes! We're gonna get the expert spell from Volinaro and actually use it this time. Is you can actually have enough of the same potion at hot. Like, how could we replace him? He is irreplaceable. He has been with us through thick and thin from the very beginning. He gets us. He gets... We progressed through the arena very well, with each fight being a closer and closer call. We ended up finding a much safer place to train. Elvin... Come on, guys. And we need repair hammers. Come on, guys. Work together. Now to pursue something a little more substantial, we decided to start the DLC Frostcrag Spire. Whoa. We realized we needed a bunch of addition to Frostcrag, including the Mage Tallow, which was really expensive. So, time to make some money.
Help an old fisherman out, won't you?
So we decide to help the guy out, and I don't even think he pays you in money. He pays you in a ring, which Pudding Pop Palpatine let us know that we can use the duping glitch to make a bunch of money on. We just decided to break our rule and start to use the glitch, so figured get the ring and multiply it and make a bunch of money. Turns out, however, these slaughterfish are way tankier than we expected, and they became actually very difficult to fight. I got in a pretty good rhythm with hitting, backing up, and hitting again, which seemed to work pretty well. Eventually, we made a really good pile of them, too.
Oh, they look like snakes underneath. Ew.
Oh, really? I think I
Almost
need
add a couple
12
more
total.
chores on top of it. No.
Wow, we're doing so much better with health, too. This is great. Should we play it risky? Admittedly, I started getting a little bit overconfident. Oh! It was at this point I knew I'd messed up. No, 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 no. No, 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 no! Our character's dead. Our character's dead. What? Oh my goodness. Oh man, Efficient Lowen killed me. That's it. Casvyn's dead. That, whew. I mean, we had a good run. Level 13, Waterfront, day 40. Oh, 40 in game. Oh, playtime 31. Oh, it says it right there. We would have had another 555. Never finished the arena. Actually, technically never finished any questline. Not even one. Oh boy. Okay, so once I delete this autosave, it's gone. It's done. Ah! My line is ended. Oh, we could just make another character. Gone, but never forgotten.